Hi. I saw on internet some did comment on the Airbnb ban here in Vietnam and said it would lead to less tourism and it's bad for Vietnam as a country. So with that in mind, I did a little search on Google, and honestly, the people saying that they really don't know what they talk about. Um, here is a list like countries with significant restrictions or regulations of Airbnb. We have Spain, we have Italy, Austria in Europe, Malaysia in Asia, United States. New York City has a ban on most Airbnb stays, and California too. Germany have it in Berlin. In France, Paris have regulations, so the whole Paris city. China and Holland have a ban, and North Korea and also now in Vietnam, and Russia as well. There are many countries that have limitations, regulations, and stuff regarding Airbnb. And the reason for these countries to not one reason, there are several reasons, but one of the reasons are um, there in Asia and also in Europe, some people buy up many houses or apartments, and they don't live in them. They just rent it out to, Airbnb. When that happen, and many buy many, then it less available for people to buy and actually live in it. So the prices go up. So that is a huge drawback, and one of the reasons why they limit and ban Airbnb. The other thing is many, at least here in Vietnam and also in Thailand to some degree, they rent an apartment for a year. So let's say John own an apartment. He buy an apartment, he own it, but he don't live there. So he rent it out to Jess, and Jess sign a contract for 1 year to rent that apartment. Then Jess rent it out on Airbnb to make more money. Now Jesse have maybe a little more money, so he rent not one but maybe four apartments. So he then rent from four different people, but he don't live in any of them. He just to make money. It's like a business. So this seems fine and seems smart and good. But remember, if anything happen, the management of the building will never contact John. They will contact the landlord. No, Jess. They will contact the landlords, John and George, and so on, because Jess he just rented there. So they're not going to contact him. They're going to contact John and the owners, the other owners, and it's not fun to rent out to one person and then they rent it out to Airbnb. You get a lot of complaints, and then you don't know what's going on with your apartments. So that is another thing. The other thing is, like I said and stated before, many tourists are coming to all of these countries and Vietnam, and they don't behave. They are loud. They not follow the rules, instructions in the apartment complexes and so on. So that is yet another reason. And of course, the last reason is the, what should I say, the sustainability of the tourism industry. If too many go on Airbnb, the hotels are, more empty. They don't have that many bookings, so then they make less money and so on. So it affects the tourism industry like that. So they actually do protect the tourism industry by doing this. And if you look at Italy here, Florence and Venice there, Rome, These are cities that have so many tourists. The same go for Barcelona in Spain, Berlin in Germany, New York, California in America. They have tons of tourism. And another place in Spain is actually Mallorca. It's an island, a holiday island, and they needed to do a lot there as well. So and I know in other countries in Europe they are considering restrictions and bans as well, because many also took this, like they misuse it. So you have girls renting apartments there to sell sex. They rent apartment in one building, maybe Friday, Saturday, and out. And then they go to another building and rent apartment there for 2, maybe 3 days. They never stay long because that way they don't get caught. Whereas hotels have more, what should I say, control and stuff around that, so the girls cannot just go there. And then you have the gambling and the sale of drugs. So it's been abused, I would say, the whole system, misused and abused, and that too is a reason. So there are many reasons why the Airbnb is getting regulated in many cities and countries, and it's actually not a bad thing. The, tourists, if you go on a holiday, if you want to go to a holiday to another city or another country, you need to actually be able to afford go to holiday. If you cannot afford hostel, motel, or hotel, then you should stay home. It's just that simple. And if you need to go to Airbnb, if that is your whole thing, then you know what, you should think about staying home instead. So there are different rules in different countries, but many countries actually, it's not just Vietnam, do regulate or ban Airbnb and short-term rental. So Paris is one of the most touristy cities in Europe. I don't see any tourism going down. Same in Italy, it's not going down. It's not less tourists. Berlin, New York, California, they don't have less tourists because of regulation or ban of Airbnb. So people actually can afford hotels, and that is the way to go. So again, if you want to come to Vietnam, do not stress or think about Airbnb. If you think about go to Vietnam, the whole Vietnam is what should I say, affected by this law. So every apartment building in Vietnam is off limits. If you choose to rent Airbnb in an apartment building on Agoda, hotelbooking.com or something like that, you actually, before you enter the country, have broken the law. And now it's on the news. You can Google it. It's on YouTube. It's all over the place. You cannot just say, "Oh, I didn't know. I have no chance of knowing," and stuff. It's in the news. It's all over the place. It's all over the internet. If you check a little, it's very easy to figure out and find out that it is a ban. So to break the law even before you enter the country is not a good thing, and you just don't go to don't go to another country and break the law. That is stupid. I mean, yeah, just don't do it. If you want to come to Vietnam, enjoy your time here, enjoy the people, the food, everything, but do book a hotel. Stay in the hotel. The apartment buildings are actually for people who bought apartments and live there, and for long-term rentals with a contract. A long-term in Vietnam is usually from 6 months minimum and longer. So everything shorter than 6 months is considered short-term stay and is illegal. So yeah, that is the Vietnamese law, and that's how it is. And many Vietnamese, they don't care. They break the law. They're in their own country. Remember that. They talk the language. They know the laws and rules and the way of life here. But you as a tourist, you do not know. It's not smart to go to another country where you don't talk the language, you don't know the laws, you don't know the rules, and break the laws. It's just not smart at all. So do not go to Vietnam and break the law by staying in Airbnb in an apartment building. That said, so to those on internet saying that Vietnam shoot themselves in the foot and less tourists will come here because of the Airbnb ban, no. It could maybe be like that for a very short time, and then people with a little more money will actually come and visit Vietnam, and they will book hotels, stay here legally, and enjoy their holidays and vacation. So you know what? The ones that say that is wrong. And if that was the case, if you were correct, it would be seen already in Spain, in Italy, Austria, Malaysia, in America, in Germany, in France, China, in the Netherlands, Russia, and so on. So it's already proven wrong by so many countries around the world. So yeah, Vietnam do a good thing, and more countries. I think we will see some regulations in Thailand as well. And it's just how it is. The Airbnb went a little out of control, and now they are actually just trying to regulate it and fix it up a little and make a sustainable tourism industry in the countries for the future. So yeah, it's a good thing, and it's all on internet. So that's it for today. Do not come to Vietnam and break the law before you come here. Stay legal and enjoy this beautiful country and beautiful food and beautiful people, but stay legal in a hotel. That's all for today. Remember to subscribe and like, and see you again next time. Bye bye.